Hi, this is the Activities Form Workshop. Purdue students and student organizations do a great deal of activities on and off campus. These are filed through the Event and Travel Activity Form for student organizations. The website shown on this page is the Be Involved page, run by the Student Activities and Organizations Office. Once you go to this site, student organizations click the link called Boiler Link to get to their organization profile page to file their travel or event activity form. The first question any organization has is, when am I required to file an event or travel activity form? Activity forms are required for events both on and off campus that involve any kind of a contract, involve money, or involve risk. It's also required for domestic and international travel when an organization is leaving the area. There are several activities that most organizations do every year that no longer require an event or travel activity form. These include call-outs that do not have self-prepared foods, organization meetings with free speakers, collecting dues, or regular organization function expenses or supplies. If an event form is not required for your event, you can still file information through the COOL online system if you have expenses related to your event. Every organization has a profile page inside of the Boiler Link site. This is where you find the event form. There is an Events tab on the left-hand side when you are on the organization profile page. Organizations have control over which members they give access to forms. Events access means that this person will take on the responsibility of completing an event form and then following that form through until it is approved. You can assign this type of access to multiple people in the organization, and we will show you those steps in the following slides. The member that creates the form will be the person that has access to that form during the review process. No other officer or member can amend or follow the approval of an event that was created by someone else. When you're ready to assign a position to a member that is going to create events, you will use the roster button on the left side, open up Manage Positions, and then you will create a position if it doesn't already exist. Another option is to check the positions that do exist for your organization and see what kind of access. Anyone creating an event needs full event access. When you're ready to submit an event or travel activity form, you need to consider the date of your event. Every form must be submitted at least 2 weeks in advance of the date of the event, but it can be submitted much further in advance as long as you have enough detail for the event to be reviewed and approved. International travel can require at least a month, and some trips that require committee approval can take longer. Specialty events, like a concert, require 90 days or more, and you should review the information in the SAO Campus Life page for concerts. When you start an event form, you do not have to finish it at the same time that you start. You can start well in advance of the 2-week minimum deadline, work on your details, and when you get to the end and are ready to have the event reviewed, you can submit it at that time. These are a few tips to help with proper prior planning for any event or travel. First thing to consider is reserving your space if you're going to be on campus. There are links in the event form to most of the spaces that student organizations like to use on campus. Second, you'd like to gather any details for the event, including any contracts or information on people that you intend to have a contract created for. This can include people that you are renting equipment or if you are paying a speaker. The third thing you need is your travel and event cost estimates. This should be estimated the best that you can in advance and always can be adjusted slightly if it does not involve a contract. The fourth thing to think about is the marketing for your event. If possible, you always want to submit your flyer so you can take advantage of the digital marketing resources on campus. The earlier you get your marketing started, the better your results. But the marketing will not be started until the event is approved, so please plan ahead. We've mentioned that a submitter can start the form and return to it later, but it's important to remember how to do that. Every student, when they log into the system, will see a tab for My Involvement above the header. Inside of My Involvement, there's an option for Submissions. This is where you open and access events, forms, registrations, or elections that you have already started. Changes on approved events are made through the approved event on the organization page. At the top, you will see a Change button, and you can submit changes to the event through this process. It's the responsibility of the organization to remember to follow through and complete all critical issues. Approvals are sometimes granted conditionally based on information that must be supplied by the organization at a later time. This allows you to plan ahead, but it also means you need to make a note if you have any final details that need to be handled right before your event. The review process for any event or travel involves the student activities and organization staff and campus partners. They will review and ask questions or add remarks to the comments on any event. Event submitters should watch every day if they have a pending event. Plan to answer questions in the comment box to help move the process forward towards final approval. If the event needs more information or is missing something critical, it may be returned to the submitter through a denial. This denial will make a note on what you need to do before you resubmit. The final denial or approval of an event will be sent as a notification via email. You always have the option to revise and resubmit if your event is denied. Please make sure before you revise or resubmit a denied event that you have understood or asked any questions in order to improve the information so that you can work forward towards making your event a reality. Traveling as a student organization involves a little bit more information. Purdue Transportation Services are now available to be requested through the travel form or event form that you are now completing online. You will have options to view prices and make a reservation by noting what vehicle or vehicles you need on the submission of the event form. The transportation staff will then respond in the comments area confirming that they have understood your request and what is available, along with a cost estimate when possible. Another thing that travel involves that regular events do not is a roster. The student activities staff works closely with the Office of the Dean of Students. When students leave campus as part of an organization event, we may be requested to contact that group or verify that a student is indeed on a trip. The travel information also includes details on emergency procedures so that the student organization knows how to handle any kind of emergency. Once your event is approved, you can move forward with your planning for your event or travel, but often you come across changes. If your approved event has a change, you need to go to the event on the profile page of your organization, click the Change button, and submit your changed event. If you need to make a change during the time that your event is still being reviewed, you can make comments in the comment box and ask that the form be denied and returned to you to make a change. Most changes are simple, however, some changes may be involved enough to be subject to the 2-week prior notice. These could be things including an additional contract. Some changes may be subject to the 2-week prior notice. These types of changes would include additions of contracts or possible large changes in venue or expenses. Please be sure to make a note on any changed form so that the staff is aware this form was reviewed before and exactly what the changes are. Now that you've completed your event and it's been approved, you can move forward towards making the event or travel the best it can be. Thank you for listening, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact the Student Activities Office in Schliemann, room 250, or you can email sao@purdue. Thank you.